Hello, my name is Jama Johnson, and I am a Title I reading teacher in a small rural district. I work with students kindergarten through fourth grade. Many of my students struggle with reading comprehension, especially at the third and fourth grade levels. Since reading comprehension is the entire purpose for reading, my project is improving reading comprehension with technology. As I mentioned, the students I serve are kindergarten through fourth grade struggling readers in a Title I reading pull-out program. This plan will be administered to third and fourth grade Title I students who have been flagged with comprehension issues based on their weekly comprehension quizzes, running records, and also MAP testing. As I was researching and organizing the information from various scholarly articles, I first was looking at literacy as a whole and what ways technology could enhance learning. Assistive technology was a theme with talk-to-text features, touch screens, and screen readers. The balanced literacy approach is the current best practice model for literacy delivery. It uses a combination of large group, small group, lessons, independent practice, and assessment. Reading comprehension was, of course, a theme. Comprehension is understanding what is read. Motivation and student engagement are improved through the use of technology. Video games, online books, and online tools make everyday tasks more enjoyable. Adaptive technology has really helped to support students with disabilities. They can use large print, voice output, and even word prediction software. Initially, I outlined 3 plans for implementation. Plan number 1, to implement readworks.org's article a day. Plan number 2, to implement digital storytelling for retelling purposes. Plan number 3, to implement the HeadSprout Reading A to Z program. I chose plan number 1 to implement readworks.org's article a day. Digital storytelling would take time to prepare and to pre-teach students how to use the software. Since I only see students for 25 minutes a day, this was not time effective for me. Implementing the HeadSprout reading program would be a great resource, but it does come with a subscription cost. So these are the details of my plan. I would first administer the qualitative reading inventory number 5, which gives you a comprehension score to use as a baseline. I would set up teacher and student accounts on readworks.org and assign the weekly article set to students. I would introduce readworks.org to students, show them how to navigate the site and how they can change features such as print size, and they can enable audio so the book is read to them. Students will complete 1 article and 1 book of knowledge entry each day. So they will read an article and then record 2 or 3 new learnings, either by writing on with paper pencil or recording on the site. The Book of Knowledge reflections will then be shared out between students. New article sets will be assigned each week, and articles will be completed daily for the 4-week period. At the end of that 4 weeks, the qualitative reading inventory will be administered again to see if progress is shown. In order to assess the success of my plan, I intend to compare pre- and post-test data using the Qualitative Reading Inventory 5 to check for growth. I will also use anecdotal records of the children's writing to be used as an observational assessment. The strengths and weaknesses of using ReadWorks Article a Day program. The strengths would be that it's very easy to use. Students are able to use this independently. It is a free program. It can be used remotely for distance learning, which is a great resource at times like this. The teacher can view all the student submissions. It helps to build on that prior knowledge and vocabulary that's needed for comprehension. It builds that reading-writing connection because the students are reading the article and then recording 2 or 3 new learnings. They're very high interest articles that the students enjoy, and the students also enjoy being able to have a choice of which article they read. Some of the weaknesses are that it does take students some time for them to type in their recordings if they're choosing to do it online. It can be somewhat monotonous as it does follow the same routine each day. It's important that the teacher selects the reading at the student's independent reading level, so the article is at their independent level. If comprehension breakdown is not based on the prior knowledge or vocabulary breakdown, then another strategy or intervention may be more appropriate. It's not as individually targeted of an intervention as maybe some other interventions may be. If the student's not showing growth using this intervention, then another strategy may be better to try. This project enhances the 21st century classroom in several ways. The students are able to use this program independently and remotely. They're able to read and write digitally. They're reading about various topics and content areas and pulling out the important details. This will also enhance their vocabulary and hopefully also enhance their reading comprehension and their writing. As I reflect back on this project, I witnessed several positive takeaways. The students were highly interested and engaged using technology. The students enjoyed having the choice of article. The students were able to share out their knowledge and then learn from others sharing. The students built their vocabulary. They were able to practice for high-stakes testing and advanced learning situations. Since high-stakes tests are now given online, the students must read and answer questions digitally. As they progress through the grade levels, a lot of textbooks are now also digital, so they need to be able to read and pull out information. The question I had, though, was wondering if this article a day procedure would be better to be used within a large group setting versus a small group setting. The large group setting would allow for a lot more sharing out, and when there's more sharing of ideas, there can be more learning. As for future implementation, there are still many unknowns at this point. Will there be summer school? Will we begin school early at the beginning of next year? I'm excited for the time we will all be able to get back to school and work with our students again. I understand it will be a time of flexibility and addressing the current needs. When students are ready, I plan to implement Article a Day to improve reading comprehension. Thank you.